Well, sometimes because you're not opening the door yourself, it gets shut in your face. The one that you are regularly going to and the one that you've resisted is the only door creaked open for you to go through, right? Well, that's your passage, that's your exit. It sucks, man, but sometimes you literally have to just go backwards to go forwards. It sounds weird, but when you're working on a project, you're working on self-improvement, you're working on anything, you get to a certain point. At first you start and people are like excited for you, they're supportive, so it seems like, oh, you're gonna take classes, that's great. Oh, you just moved to a new town, that's awesome. You've adopted a kid, you've had a baby, you know what I mean? Like, you didn't do all the paperwork, adopt them. I mean, the neighborhood kids stay at your house now. You've adopted extra kids. First, people are happy for you. First, people clap you up. They give you the mandatory good job, the sugarcoating for it. But you will notice shortly after that that if your moving causes them not to be able to ask you for favors, they're not as excited anymore. If you taking on those kids takes your attention off of them, they get jealous of those kids. If your job actually starts to give you a pretty good paycheck and things start improving in your life and they start comparing their self, that's also, they're not happy for you anymore, they're secretly comparing. I'm going to tell you something. Comparison is the thief of joy. Every time you look at someone else and you think, I wish I had that, that's one thing. I wish I had it. I would like to get that for myself. But to look at someone and to think, why do they have it and not me? Two bad things are happening. You're saying they don't deserve it, and you're saying you don't deserve it, and you honestly don't believe you can get it, or that there's a way for you to have it. You think that them having it is a slight against you. I say that to say this. I'm dealing with some real effed up siblings right now, and it's not feeling, they're not siblings, they're just straight up rivals. We have same mom, different dads. I'm not going to get into it about their dad because it's a real personal issue for me, and those three shouldn't even exist due to the level of criminality that he is, but they do, and I don't love them less because of that. On the other side, my father has very different, not only is he a different person, it's like different planets, whole different spectrum. Her kids, his kids, the two are like oil and water anyways. The only thing we have in common is we're all her kids, and she, being the common denominator, is batshit crazy. Years and years of psychiatric treatment, years and years of us being like, okay, skip the doctor, skip the jail, skip the whatever, you can stay with us, and you can just bounce around kid to kid, and we'll help you. She took it out on us like it was her job, and I mean, me being the firstborn, it's like I'm first pancake. I'm fired. I'm done. But I've never held it against her. She's just a broken woman, a broken heart with a broken mind, and 5 kids. She didn't really raise any of us. My dad raised me and my brother. My grandmother raised the other 3. Their dad not in the picture. Like I said, absolute criminal. Our mom is criminally insane too. But what I'm getting at is that other people had to raise us. Our mother was never like our mother. She acted like our sibling. Well, she's a jealous sibling. This woman has gone to great lengths to terrorize us, to make herself our problem, to compete with our kids for like our attention. She's a danger to herself and to others. But she's got advanced schizophrenia, where just like any real neurological disorder, given enough time, the meds don't work at all. But she'll work her way out of it. She can go to a facility for 6 months, be put on medication, be balanced back out, and then she'll hit that wall where it's, my medicine's working, I feel better, I don't need it anymore, I'm all good. And then I do not for the life of me understand why the healthcare and the mental health care system is as bad as it is. But I'm going to tell you this, there's no place for them. The reason you see such an increase in homeless people and crazy people is because they're the same person. Every time we have budget cuts, overall, they take out mental health. There's no budget for mental health. Where I live, there are 90 beds, period, for permanent living. And to stay in that permanent living, they have to be completely invalid, like almost bedridden, right? That's not, it's not possible, and it's the only one in like a tri-state area. So you have 300,000 applicants and you can only hold 90, where do the rest go? They can't function in their own lives. They can't do paperwork. It's not as easy as it sounds, and even when you place them, they're likely to go roaming again. I can't count how many times I've had to go to a homeless encampment and look for my mother, even though she has a 3-bedroom house that's completely hers. She has inherited it. It's been hers the entire time. She's never had to live anywhere else. But because she's had it the whole time, she can't stand being there. Rich people have rich problems, and she's always had rich people problems. No concept of how money works or where it comes from. Just, it's always there, and no amount of fucking up will get you in trouble. Somebody with your family name will write your name on the paper and you'll get out of it, and they'll shuffle you back off. They'll put the toaster cover back on it, you know what I mean? Because wealthy people don't want to be seen in that way, but only the wealth is allowing them to be that way and keep getting out of it. On my dad's side, they're broke as shit. Every time they do something wrong, their criminal asses gotta be street level criminals, where it's like they hit a lick and then they went to fucking prison because you don't steal from people. On my mom's side, they don't hit a lick. They're in their own relative's house, like they're committing like insurance fraud, paperwork, like funeral fraud, all types of crazier shit, higher level griminess. And I honestly, having to be a poor person myself and just having to work for what I have, I don't understand the mindset of either one of them. I don't understand the one who's like, I'm a fucking good come up, and I also don't understand the other one who's like, what are they gonna do, sue me? Yeah, they should, but like, there's no honor amongst thieves. So the grimy side, the ghetto side, who's like, I'll just go out and get it, versus the side who's like, someone owes it to me. There's still kind of a mindset that they have more than me, so I should be able to get it. I should just be able to have it. And there's a period where the brothers on my dad's side, they were like, they just were wild, wanted to be wild. Then even they got tired of being wild. They're like, no, jail's not for me, prison's not for me. They turned their shit around. My dad's always been a rock layer, so they started going to work with my dad. And man, that'll chisel some years off of you, just going out into the heat like that, the sun like that heavy duty work all the time. But on my mom's side, they didn't have to do that. They didn't have to do, I don't even think they sweat, honestly. They used their name, they used their status, they used their history to get in positions that they have no qualifications for whatsoever. Then, still managed to screw those up. So while they're all acting dumb, messing things up, tearing things up, this house that my grandmother left them, this whole family's on my mom's side. My grandma and grandpa leave this house for my mom and my uncle. They can't manage, they don't even try. So it moves on to my sister, my younger sister. My mom's like third born. The one who's from their dad. It didn't go to me or my brother from my dad. But they tore it up so bad that it came down to them needing me to come be the rescue for everybody. So I agreed to come rescue the house. They weren't just talking about the house. They wanted me to rescue my mom, my uncle, my sisters, and my brother. And oh, guess what? I was dumb enough to try. The reason they wanted it to be me is because I have the bleeding heart. I am the idiot who's like, oh, that's so sad. We need to get you back on your meds. We need to help you find your jobs. You need a car. Your kids need you. Blah, 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 blah. These aren't even those people. They were coming at me from a mindset of how I think and how I perceive things, not how they really are. So cut to a little bit later. The brother I'm talking about on my mom's side gives up custody of his 8 kids. He's all strung out, cracked out, roaming the streets. He came to stay with me for about 2 weeks, asking if he could stay there, waiting to get an apartment. Guess what? He lies and tells me he's going to give me money. I didn't ask him to because I know he's lying when he says it. Says he's going to give me money. I don't bring it up. On the day he's supposed to give me the money, lo and behold, he waits till midnight. When his check clears on his Cash App, waits till I lay down and takes off. I was like, I heard when he drove off, I knew. I was like, yeah, it must have got paid. It's sad that they can be that predictable. It's going back is not necessarily going backwards. This problem will always be here until I deal with it. So I can wait 3 more years and come back and try to deal with this, or I can deal with it now. It's been a whole year of it. My brother was killed last year on my dad's side. My brother's like my twin. It messed me up. It broke my heart. I have other videos about it, but that's not the moral of the story. The moral of the story is I made sure to separate myself from my family at 110% because I'm not going to be involved or indicated and I don't want to see all the faces of the friends that are left. I don't want to go to the people, places, and times that he's not at anymore. I don't want it rubbed in my face. I want to move on. He was the only good one among them, you know what I mean? So I don't want to stay with the shit heap when the good one is gone. So I moved over here, which is very close to his last place of living, and I dealt with my younger brothers, my younger siblings. My one sister had a baby, so I came to take care of my mom so that she could deal with her new baby and not have to deal with our mom. Man, I don't know why. I don't know why I helped her, because guess what? The greed and the obsessiveness and the craziness really came out, and my sister thinks I'm trying to steal my mother's house, even though I've been working on it, and I'm talking like roofing working on it, yard working on it, like lots of receipts to this stuff. This woman had it for 3 years, and she did nothing but tear it up and use it as a power play over my mom and my other siblings. Well, because she kept doing that, and my mom needed somewhere to live, and so did my uncle, it goes back to them, but I have to go be caretaker to them. So I come with them. I get involved, I go all the routes of the paperwork, go all the legal routes, and I stand here in this freaking fire, and I'm just taking the hits. My sister robbed me. She literally stole $200 through the utility company, a friend that she had that works at the utility company. And that was crazy. Had my water turned off at the beginning of the summer last year, and my electric, and then pretended it was my mother. I was like, you know, she's not coherent enough to make those calls. I know it was you. Also, the utility company told on her because I told them, if you don't want to be indicated for the fraud you just helped her commit, you're going to go ahead and admit that it was her. You allowed her to do it. So that happened. And then we get a little bit further down the road. My mom pops up on me as soon as I start my new job for preschool. I had to do classes for that. My mom is supposed to be in psychiatric care all of this year. She literally went to jail and was sentenced to do a year in jail and a year in psychiatric care. Well, the year in jail was up, and on the day, Mother's Day, she pops out, and she's literally just in the yard. She's like a wraith. She's like this thing standing around like, what do I do? So you need to come in. It's hot. You need to get yourself together. Come in and reacclimate. She couldn't do it. She couldn't be at the house. She couldn't be around the stuff. She couldn't be in the yard. She just couldn't manage. So she takes off again for about another week. I don't go chasing her. She only has home to come to. She'll come back. Well, when she comes back, she was extremely violent and aggressive. She put her hands on me. I had to defend myself. It was in front of my children, so the police officer that she called on herself, thinking she was calling on me, was the same officer who was at her sentencing that she was skipping out on. So not only did she get sent back to jail, she got felony charges for assault and battery in front of minors while on parole for the last thing. So it's been a storm, right? It's been one thing after another after another. She decides after she's picked up, she gets in trouble, she gets those charges, but they let her back out because this is a mental health thing. Still, they won't keep her, right? So then the little brother who was like, I'll give you the money for let me stay till I get my apartment, and then he gets the apartment or the money and he just takes off. I'm like, you little shit, it doesn't matter. Cut back to this past Friday. He shows up, he gives me my spare house key back, which I was worried he's gonna do some extra stuff with, but he didn't. He gave me the key back and he was like, I got that apartment. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna keep mom. I'm gonna, like, she can't stay at the house with you. She's dangerous. I'm gonna let her stay in my apartment with me. I don't want to stay here. And so just gives her the key to his apartment and just takes off. And I was like, you know what? For as shitty as he is, for as much as they've all done, there's like this much forgiveness in that moment of compassion of being like, look, I'm gonna keep her up off you for a little while. It probably won't stop her, but I've got somewhere else for her to go. In a family that is as loveless and as lawless as mine, a gesture as small as saying, I'll keep her up off of you, equates to love for me. I'm sure there are other people who watch this and y'all have that same feeling like, yeah, family's fucked up. They are, but you're not. You're not stupid because you still want them to survive. You're not you're not gullible or naive, like you don't know who they are. It's okay to know who they are and still wish them to be better. Still put your hand in it, still get bit, still be like, ow, ow, I'm trying. That's what it's like to be a generational curse breaker. That's what it's like to be the one in your family who say, God, they're fucked up. Like, we gotta do something. We need to help them. Every time I see my mom, as mad as she makes me, I'm still in the back of my mind saying, what else can I do for her? How can I get her help? What would really be help? If I could put her in a nursing home, this would be ideal, because a nursing home, it's like assisted living. She'd have old people to talk to, her medication would be regulated, and the doors locked at nighttime. Other than that, she'd be driving them crazy. We can't, like, risk the old folks with her just having an episode. But I'm at a loss, and I don't know what program to use for her, what service to offer her, or what kind of doctor would like to study her, because this brain changes itself every 3 months. I mean, she's a neurological anomaly. Medicines do not work on it. For now, I'm going into my local library because I'm about to do some research on this, and I want to be able to figure out, is it a matter of something that's been injured here in the neck, the stem, or something in the frontal lobe, or is it a combination of basically chemical abuse, imbalance, and actual injury? Regardless, I do these lives because I'm just going to keep you folks updated. I'm in a dangerous situation. They're dangerous to me. I'm not dangerous to them. It's just every day I have to get up and I have to put air in my tire, because my mom is the kind of person who comes by every night, just lets a little bit of air out of my tire for fun. She's like a little kid. It just makes her happy to fuck with me. And as the adult, I'm like, oh, she's pestilence. It's just pestilence. They're just doing it to irritate you. She's ran by something other than her own thoughts. I'm aware of that, but her emotional state is indicative of how others are becoming. This one is one I know personally. We're seeing these people in the streets every day. They're not our family, but there's more and more of them every day, right? And since I have a family member like this, I'm telling you guys, it's getting worse than it ever was. It's not like they stopped getting high. It's not like people stopped thinking it's funny to get them wound up and watch them go. I can't change who she's around, and I can't change how she's going to respond, but I can change my approach and I can change my plan. And so that's what we're doing. I love you guys. I hope this at least gave someone a sense of camaraderie. I know there's not really a way to compare apples to oranges, but we're all going through some shit, and if some of your shit is crazy relatives, I'm with you. If some of your shit is greedy, jealous relatives who don't want to do the work but want to get the reward, I understand. I love you all. I'll see you next time.